Alright, so today we're going to start our look at body systems. We're going to do them two at a time, kind of the ones that really work together more than work with the whole body. So today we're going to look at the nervous system and endocrine systems. Alright, so the nervous system and endocrine system, they work together for several different reasons, but the main reason is to work communication throughout your body. All right, they work together and communicate themselves, but they generally force and move the communication throughout your body or through your other systems. All right, the reason why they do this, well, you know, there's that main word that we have that we've used all year long, and that is homeostasis. All right, we have to have homeostasis in our body, that equilibrium. Okay, when things aren't equal, bad things happen. And so we're all of our systems work together for that common goal. So the nervous system. Nervous system controls three things. It controls thoughts, movement, emotion. Now you think movement, not like your bones and your muscles moving, but if I throw something at your face, your nervous system is going to tell those other systems to move, and it does it really fast. Okay, it's one of it is the fastest system in our body, and we'll see that in just a second. All right, so we have different parts of our nervous system. We have two parts. We have the CNS or central nervous system. This is the brain, the brainstem, and the spinal column. All right, notice that's called central because this is the center of your body, straight down. The peripheral nervous system is everything to the sides. Think about your peripheral vision. That's everything you can see out the side of each of your eyes. So we're looking at the outer nervous system, all the nerves that go down throughout your body, your arms, legs, things like that. It's composed of four parts, but we only look at three. We have the cranial nerves, which are these nerves found up here in the head. Spinal nerves, which are the nerves right down the spine. All right, and then all your peripheral nerves, which are all these ones that shoot out from there, down your arms, down your legs, etc. Okay. Let's move me up here. I want to show y'all a little bit how fast this works. So if we have a fire here. That's my rendition of a fire. There's my fire. And I stick my hand in the fire. Immediately, we're going to know that that is hot. All right? That is hot. That is going to burn our skin. Burn our hand. And we move our hand. Now, how that has to happen is the nerves down here in your fingers and in your hand have to send an impulse. They send an impulse all the way up your arm, all the way to your brain, where it is interpreted. And it realizes hot, burn, gotta move. And so your brain then sends an impulse back down to the fingertips and the hand, to the muscles, the bones, saying move, and it moves. Now, it happens in a split second. Okay, I mean less than a second that happens. There's a video you can watch that shows nerves firing, and if you look in the top corner, it tells you how fast it's going. And so you can stop and start it, and you can see that it takes from the hand to get to the hand to the brain takes less. It takes like 0.5 milliseconds. That's thousandths of a second to get there, and then the same amount of time to get back. It happens very quickly. Okay. So the whole process that we have here, all right, the peripheral nervous system senses the change, the heat from your putting the hand in the fire. It sends that to the central nervous system, which is your brain, brainstem, spinal cord, and that interprets it, as we said, and it sends back a response for what to do, what the muscles and bones and everything there need to do. All right, move. It's hot. Get it out of there. Okay. All right, so moving my face back down here. So how this works are through specialized cells called neurons. Neurons are nerve cells. All right. These nerve cells, I'm going to use this one for my example here. These nerve cells pick up impulse, electric impulse. All right. So we have our cell body, which is the whole thing. That is going to pick up the impulse through these little spiky things called dendrites. These dendrites pick up the impulse of something happening, sends it to the nucleus of the cell, and then the cell sends it down the axon. Now, how I think about an axon is, if you ever used headphones that have a wire, all right, that wire inside it has one little strand of metal, and it's got a coating around the outside to keep the electrical current from shocking anybody. Well, your nerves are the same way. This axon is there's a thin piece of tissue in here surrounded by this myelin sheath. Okay, that myelin sheath is the protective coating for the nerve, and it keeps it from shorting out, so to speak. So it sends it down there to the terminal, and then the terminal, it's going to send it out to another nerve, and it passes it from nerve to nerve to nerve. These cells are not linked. They're not connected in any way. Okay, so how that happens is right up here. All right. So here's our cell body, here's our dendrites, here's our axon. Sends that impulse down, that electrical impulse down, to the end of it, down here at the axon terminal, and then that kind of shoots it across to the next nerve. And remember, this is electrical current. It's kind of like if in the wintertime, if you rub your feet across the carpet and go touch the doorknob, you're going to see that little blue spark go from your finger to the doorknob. You're sending electricity. Same thing happens here, okay? This gap in here, let me move my face again. This gap in here between these two, because there is space, is called the synapse, all right? And we say the synapse is firing. Well, that's because we're seeing electrical current go across, and it shows up under extreme, microscope. You look at it, you'll see the little flashes of light, which is electricity moving across the synapse. All right. So that's the nervous system. Let's take a look at the endocrine system. Endocrine system controls growth, development, and it controls digestion. Okay, so we have several glands listed here: pituitary, thyroid, adrenal, testicles, ovary, pancreas. These are just a few of the glands. Everything that's in the the endocrine system is called a gland. So any gland equals endocrine system. Okay? Much slower process than the nervous system. All the rest of the systems are much slower than the nervous system. It's split second fast. These all take a while. All right? Each of these glands is responsible for something in your body. All right? And it produces a chemical, and we've talked about these with plants before, produces a chemical called hormones. All right? These chemicals are put into your bloodstream by the gland in order for some process to happen. All right? These hormones only affect certain cells. Okay? They have certain cells that they affect, and that's it. So if we talk about the adrenal gland, adrenal gland produces adrenaline. Everybody should hopefully know what adrenaline is. If you're an athlete and you're getting ready for a competition, say you're going to go run a race. Right before the race, you start feeling this, this heat inside you. You start getting nervous. You start getting jittery. That's adrenaline. Your body produces that, knowing that you're about to do something and need extra fuel. So your body produces adrenaline to speed everything up. Makes your heart rate faster, beat faster. Makes you breathe harder so you get more oxygen in. So that your body knows what you're about to do. And so it produces this hormone to make everything work more efficiently, work faster, so that you can have what you need throughout that race you're about to run. Okay? So that's the nervous system and endocrine system. Next time we'll look at circulatory and respiratory.